Hey everyone, I've been covering the Wings range of earbuds from SoundPEATS for the last 3 years. It started with the True Wings back in 2020. They would have been a decent bud if they actually fit ears properly. The ergonomics were quite wacky, so not ideal for a sports earbud, so I ranked them last in my first SoundPEATS ranked video. A few years later, they released the S5, same issue though, I ranked them last as well. So now we have the Wings 2 retailing at $39 US. Will the curse be lifted? Will the Wings range be redeemed? Well, we're going to find out today because as usual here, we're going in depth. Now, starting with the biggest change here, it's going to be the fit because this is now an ear hook semi-in-ear style bud. So no ear tip, but it isn't an open ear style like the SoundPEATS Run Free Lite, Aladdin's Wearable Stereo, or One Audio Open Rock Pro. All of those buds use air or bone conduction to push sound into your ear, so nothing's resting in your ear canal. The Wings 2 are more like the SoundPEATS Air 3 line of buds, so there is something resting in your ear canal, but you get an ear hook whacked on for some extra security. So the security of these buds are great. There's no way they're going to fall off your ears with those moldable ear hooks. They should fit any ear shape or size just fine, since you can just mold the hook to make them looser or tighter of a fit. They do work the best when running because you're able to hear your surroundings almost perfectly. Not as well as an open ear style of earbud, since there is still something in your ear canal. It does block out the tiniest bit of sound, but compared to earbuds with an ear tip, it is a massive difference. Now, the benefit of not having an ear tip, especially when running, is that you don't get any body-borne noise from the impact that you make on the ground. You don't hear your own breathing, your own footsteps, which can be kind of annoying to hear, and it also won't negatively affect the music that you're listening to. With ear tips, a lot of the time when you're making that impact on the ground, it can take away a lot from the bass. And when running, the buds barely budge out at all. Cycling would be the exact same. When weight training though, they don't work as well because the buds do move around very slightly when like leaning over for a row, lying down for a bench press, and when clenching my jaw through those hard sets. The buds move out of my ear canal very slightly, and with the nature of a semi-in-ear fit, the driver has to be in a certain angle to get the most out of the sound. I angle them down for my ear canals. Everyone's going to be slightly different. So when weight training, they move around slightly. I'm having to readjust them a little bit more often than what I would like. Now, the comfort is okay, not as comfortable as any of the open style earbuds I mentioned, since with those pairs, there's nothing resting in your ear canal at all. With the Wings 2, I can feel the chunk of the bud in my ear because the bud itself is a bit chunky. It does have a little bit of weight to it. So for me, I wouldn't want to wear them for more than 2 hours, but the ear hook itself is designed quite well and I get no discomfort with that. So fine for most workouts. You're probably not going to be training for more than 2 hours. If you are, good for you. Also keep in mind, this is how the buds fit me. With ear hook style of earbuds, your ear shape and size will massively affect how the buds stay in your ear if they move around as well, but the moldable ear hooks do help with this. But thankfully, compared to the previous Wings releases, they actually stay in the ear very well, where those pairs didn't. So a massive improvement. And if you like using your earbuds when training, these have an IPX sweat and water resistant rating. So fine for splashes of water, use in the rain, sweat, you just can't submerge the buds in water. Now, battery life is pretty decent here. You get 8 hours from the earbuds and 30 hours in total with the case. And in my test at 60% volume using the AAC codec, so on an iPhone 12 Pro, here's what I got. There is no fast charge or wireless charging, and the case itself is pretty big, but that's inevitable with ear hook style earbuds. They kept it as slim as you possibly can, which is the most important part. It also looks pretty cool, sporty with that nice SoundPEATS logo there. You got a rubber band attachment on the side, so you can attach your case to whatever you like. And there's one LED on the front, which will flash red when the battery is low. Now with controls, as usual for SoundPEATS, the sensitivity is spot on. You can also control everything, play, pause, skipping tracks forward and back, voice assistant, volume up and down, and the game mode as well. And you can also hold down on both earbuds and turn them off rather than having to put them in the case. Now there is no in-ear detection or customization of the controls in the app, which would be good to see. All that you can do in the app is turn the controls off. Now connectivity, getting Bluetooth 5.3 here, SBC and AAC, no multi-point connection, but you can use one bud while you leave the other in the case, and it will work in mono mode, so you can hear both the left and right audio channel when you're using just one earbud. In terms of latency, watching videos, no issues at all. These do have a low latency gaming mode. So here's what I got in my test on both iOS and Android. For casual games, around 400 milliseconds is okay. If you're into faster reaction games like shooters, you want to get closer to 200 milliseconds. But now let's see what the call quality sounds like. I'm going to compare them to the SoundPEATS Capsule 3 Pro and the AirPods Pro 2, the budget best and the premium best. All right, so starting the test here with my iPhone 12 Pro microphone so you get an idea of the noise going on around me. All right, here is the call quality of the AirPods Pro 2. All right, so here is the call quality of the SoundPEATS Capsule 3 Pro. All right, so here is the call quality of the SoundPEATS Wings 2. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, before we talk about what's most important, sound quality, if you're enjoying the video, please chuck a like down there. It really does help the video and the channel out. Now, starting with volume here, with an earbud like this, where it doesn't block out any external sound, they need to go loud if you're maybe running outside on a highway or you're working out in a gym. Thankfully, they go incredibly loud if you want to venture to those higher volumes. Above 80%, you're in hearing loss territory. What's good to see is that there's very minimal sound leakage, even above 80% volume. For a bud like this, there's usually quite a lot. Now, onto the sound quality itself. Overall, they sound okay, but I think they should have sounded a lot better. Now, these are a semi-in-ear fit, so you always have to bring your expectations down. You aren't going to be getting the sound quality anywhere close to any kind of earbud in any price range that has an ear tip. So I thought, okay, it's the same design of driver as the Air 3 line of earbuds. If they sounded similar to those buds, then we're all good. The Air 3 range are the best budget semi-in-ear earbuds when it comes to sound quality. You get a bit of sub-bass rumble with them, full mid-bass, forward mids, crisp treble, all in a nice open sound stage. The quality of the Air 3 buds actually comes pretty close to the quality of the AirPods 3, which are 4 times the price. Now the Wings 2, compared to the Air 3, the most noticeable difference is with the bass. There's a lot less when it comes to sub bass, and the treble is much nicer on the Air 3 as well. The mids are okay compared. All the Air 3 buds are tiny as well, so it's definitely not an issue with size. So then I thought, okay, maybe a fairer comparison is going to be with open ear style of earbuds. So the two that I have tested are the Latency wearable stereo and One Audio Open Rock Pro. Now both do sound better. The main difference is with the bass and the treble. Mid-range on the Wings 2 actually holds up, but the comfort on the other two is much better since they are an open ear design. But overall, it's not a huge difference in sound quality, especially considering the Wings 2 are about a third of the price. Now, I don't own any other open ear earbuds at a similar price to the Wings 2, but another comparison we can make is with the SoundPEATS Run Free Lite. That is a neckband style of earbud, so it's not true wireless, but it is an open ear design. And when I did review that bud, I said if they just made that into a true wireless version, they'd be all good because the sound on them is pretty decent for the price you're paying. They come in at under $30 US. The bass on the Run Free Lite is actually pretty full. It's mainly mid bass. It is a little bit bloated, but you just get a much richer sound because of it. They also have a more open sound where the Wings 2 comes across a bit more closed in, but they do have a punchier bass response and slightly better clarity. But that lack of the bass, it's really noticeable. And do keep in mind, the way I'm talking about the sound on the Wings 2 is with my massive adjustment in the EQ. Here's what I had to do just to push out a little bit more bass. This also brings the mid-range down a little bit because on the stock EQ, it sounds a bit shouty and a little bit too in your face. So it looks like a ridiculous change, but you can only really EQ these buds so much. And I think they do sound better with the EQ that I have here. So overall, they don't sound terrible. For the price, I think it's pretty reasonable, but I think they could have just sounded a lot better. I personally wouldn't use them, but they may work for you. Because the price that these are coming in at, they do seem like a very decent budget option over the Latency and One Audio Open Rock. But now if you want more SoundPEATS, be sure to check out this video right here where I compared all 30 SoundPEATS earbuds in the one video. So check it out. In the meantime, stay picky. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.